Welcome to Function Income Part 4. We're going to start in on piecewise functions now, and I'm going to start with this example 3. The monthly charge for water in a small town is given by the function equal, or f of x equal to 58 if your input is between 0 and 20, and 58 plus 0.4 times the quantity x minus 20 if the input is greater than 20. Now notice that the input is listed second in these functions, and I think that might be why many students struggle with this concept, because remember, your domain values are your input, and your domain values are listed second in this function notation for piecewise functions. And this is where it's weird, because normally when we're looking at a function, we think of the inputs going first or being substituted in first. So I'll just work through this problem and hopefully it will start making a little more sense. Where x is water, so I will highlight that actually in blue. X is water, and it's representing the usage in hundreds of gallons. So I'm just going to highlight all of that. And f of x is in dollars. We'll make that green because money's green. Find the monthly charge for each of the following usages. X is equal to 15. Now, they already told us in the example that x is water usage in hundreds of gallons, so I'll just go ahead and highlight this as blue, representing water. And I'm going to rewrite my function, f of x, but what is x? X is equal to 15, so I'll put a 15 in here. F of 15 equals, and then I'll just put my curly bracket, 58, if x is between 0 and 20. Now, is 15 between 0 and 20, or is 15 greater than 20? Well, obviously, I think x is between 0 and 20. That's what this means. 0 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 20. X is visually in between 0 and 20. So I know that my answer is going to be 5,800 gallons. And I don't even need to write the second line because my input defines which rule to use. I had two rules, and I'm going to use the first one. Now, the second example says f of 3,000 gallons. Now, if I think of this as 3,000 gallons, this is still water, so I am going to highlight that in blue. Blue is my input. My function, remember, the x is in hundreds of gallons, so if we count our zeros, since this is in gallons and not in hundreds of gallons, x is going to equal 30 because it's 30 times 100, which would give me the 3,000 gallons. So this is what I'm substituting into my function. I'm putting 30 into my function, and I get which one of these rules should I use? Well, x is absolutely, completely greater than 20. So I'm going to use the rule that says 58 plus 0.4 times x minus 20 as my rule, because this is when x is greater than 20. So let's find out what that gives me. I already found 58, so this is going to be 58 plus 0.4 times 30 minus 20. Right here I have my handy dandy calculator. I have 58 plus 0.4, open parenthesis, 30 minus 20, that's just 10. So might as well simplify it, less to enter in the calculator. Enter. So my function gives an output of 62. Now remember, what does f of x represent? Well, we highlighted that in green because it represents money. So we're going to say that we had $62 that we were going to have to pay for using 3,000 gallons of water. I hope that makes sense. Remember, the inputs and the boundaries on your inputs are always written second in a piecewise function. And, just give it a try. Pause the video. See if you can do this example again without looking at the video notes that you just put down. And hopefully this will start making sense.